And some news from Peru, where more than 200 indigenous people gathered on the steep trails of San Cristobal Hill in Lima to demonstrate against a new law. Wearing their traditional attire and with red in the national flag, they came together to demand justice for thousands who disappeared during Peru's internal conflict from 1980 to 2000. They sounded horns and conch shells in a powerful, solemn vigil. And among all of them was Doris Kakwi, whose husband disappeared in a military barracks back in 1986. She and others are demonstrating against a new amnesty law passed by Congress that protects military and police officers accused of serious human rights abuses during that conflict. Another direct sufferer from the incident, Milagros Samilan, whose brother died during demonstrations last year, clearly said that they are not asking for revenge, but for justice and dignity. Human rights groups warn that this law could erase hundreds of convictions and stop many ongoing cases, further denying families from finding justice. This gathering happened on the eve of Peru's Independence Day as indigenous groups prepare to march against President Dina Boluarte's government. This is not the first time that President Dina Boluarte's government has faced public outrage. In fact, the message in the streets has been consistent and has been only growing louder. Back in March, demonstrators thronged the streets of capital Lima against a crackdown by the Boluarte's regime. The picture remained the same a couple of months later in May as well, when traders, bus drivers and workers also took it to the streets, demanding an end to extortion, violence and failure of the state. The country is facing its deadliest crime wave in 2 decades, and public anger was also at a boiling point when pensioners and working class citizens expressed outrage after finding out President Boluarte's salary was quietly doubled. This at a time when nearly 1 in 3 Peruvians are living under poverty. Boluarte came to power after former President Pedro Castillo was removed and arrested. Her time in office has been marked by unrest and deadly demonstrations, with at least 50 civilians allegedly killed, mostly in indigenous regions.